Jujutsu Kaisen is about to make history. The Shibuya incident arc is here, one of the most beloved and fan favorite arcs in all of Jujutsu Kaisen. Shibuya incident is going to change everything you thought you knew about the series. This first episode, being the preamble, is only a taste of what you'll be getting in future episodes of this wonderful arc. In this episode, we learned a lot of a possible mole in the school, and that they are to investigate Kokichi Muta, the real body that controls our beloved Mekamaru. So let's go ahead and break all of this episode down bit by bit. And help me out. If everyone watching this video dropped a like and subscribe, we would easily hit the funny number of 69k subs. It also would help me feel a lot better to know I have the support of the amazing SeaTactics community. So let's get into it. This is the beginning of the Shibuya incident arc. The three are deciding what to do at the beginning of this episode. Megumi leaves while Itadori convinces Nobara to go along to see a horror movie with him. It just doesn't quite work though. And I gotta say, absolutely incredible that MAPPA made all of this animation, dialogue, and story for this fictional horror movie just to be used in like a 40-second gag. Also, the touch of the classical music playing at the end of it was incredible. But Nobara just thought it was lame though because, you know, it's Nobara, which of course she did. So Itadori is without anyone to see a movie with, which is when we see a girl dressed kind of like an old person. Funnily enough, notice Itadori. We then cut to a scene where Mei and Aoi Todo recommend Itadori, Nobara, Megumi, Panda, and Maki to be the first grade sorcerers, which is a very important denotion. This means that they'll lead as examples for the other students, but most importantly, the missions that they are now going to take are going to be much more dangerous. So keep that in mind as this scene tells you first grade really is the true rank of a sorcerer. But before that, those recommended must actually complete a mission, in which they will be promoted afterwards. This is illustrated rather oddly between an intense ping pong battle between Aoi and Mei. Once again, I just gotta say, as a manga reader, it is quite interesting how Mei went from melting blob to where she's at now. It's really same with most characters, and also, MAPPA, y'all, they're just flexing at this point, animating a ping pong battle after that opening horror gag. What is this? After that, Nobara is found by a girl who turns out to be one of Itadori's past friends, and oh my gosh darn, she is just the cutest. This is another example of MAPPA doing the characters justice when the source material, I would say, doesn't not do it justice, but isn't exactly amazing either. Of course, you're free to disagree with me in the comments below. So the two grab a drink where it's revealed that before this, in 6 months, she grew 15 centimeters and dropped a ton of weight. Turns out this girl actually had a crush on Itadori, and Yuko, which is her name, was never able to ask Itadori his number before he went away, and it seems like that is something she's carried with her for a long time. So, Nobara calls over Megumi to basically ask if Itadori has a girlfriend. And I love how Yuko tells Nobara that, you know, it's okay if you don't want to go through this. It's okay if you have feelings for Itadori. And oh my god, this was hilarious and great. Nobara pauses for a second and is like, did my heart just skip a beat? Obviously, I don't think this is serious. It's just some fun. But I know for a fact Nobara and Itadori shippers died a little bit watching this, and you know what? Good for you. You clearly deserve this moment. So they're basically shocked that Itadori, well, has a girl who likes him, and they go over the evidence to actually figure out if Itadori has a girlfriend for this girl. So they bring up his, his posters, and even Yuko asks his type, and Megumi says tall girls, which, then Nobara, excited as well, the whole Jennifer Lawrence thing is like, I know! So she immediately calls Itadori over as she knows this is a slam dunk, though Nobara realizes she actually didn't tell Itadori about this girl. But immediately Itadori knows who it is, which gets them to give them a 10 out of 10 rating for Megumi and Nobara. I mean, Itadori's kind of smooth in a weird, innocent, and oblivious way, don't you think? But you can see in this moment actually how Itadori, realizing it's her, affects her, and she is transported back to that time in school where we see Itadori actually praise Yuko for her good traits, like good handwriting and strong eating habits. He's not judgmental of Yuko just because she looks different. He sees the strengths of Yuko, not the weaknesses. And it's no wonder Itadori would have someone like her develop a crush for him, or rather really any girl. Itadori truly is a gentleman, and the fact he went away was such a huge blow and motivating factor at the same time for Yuko, along with what she heard him say about her, that she lost that weight and seemingly has kept it off in, well, 6 months, changing her life. And keep in mind, she didn't do all of this for him either. It was for her, because his words helped her realize her strengths. Also, wow! The flashback was just so emotional and really well done. I really felt for this girl on a personal level. Being judged like that by others for just looking different is something I'm sure everyone has gone through, and in this day and age, you almost really can't escape it. So I appreciate them telling this story with levity and with care. They didn't turn Yuko into a joke character because she's fat. They turned her into a symbol of strength and hope to realize the strengths of yourself, minimize the weaknesses, and just bet on yourself. To stop living by the very same standards the people who tore her down with. This was a truly wonderful moment for JJK, and I loved it. It's just a shame that I think so many shonen fans don't appreciate writing at all and just want fighting with zero story or context. Sag. Also, for the shippers again, sorry guys, maybe I was fibbing, but when her heart skipped a beat, it was because she hated the fact Itadori would get a girlfriend before she got a boyfriend. Ouch. But either way, they end up running with each other and, still, being friends and stuff. So a nice end to their day for everyone involved, besides, the virgin Nobara getting one-upped by the Chad Itadori. This is when we switch over to a really rainy scene where we see Urahime, the Gojo hater for life, where she recalls Gojo telling her that he wants her to leave the Kyoto investigation up to her. So as Itadori, Megumi, and Nobara arrive, there she tells them that there is basically a mole in the school and that their mission is to capture and interrogate them. However, the mole is already found out. It's Mekamaru. This is when we see anime's best Aqua cosplayer and Blue Popsicle, go talk to Mekamaru in a short and cute scene. So they make their way into Mekamaru's lair, which is rundown and grimy, a lot of really nice detail from Mappa here. Very creepy stuff, almost like walking into a horror film, which as we know, they're clearly good at doing that stuff. And this is when Mappa does something really interesting here. When thinking they're about to confront Mekamaru, they open the door to find nothing but a chair. Instead, actually, in another location, Mekamaru is being visited by Pseudo-Geto and Mahito, where it's revealed that he's basically been selling info to those two. And what's interesting is they agree with a pact to fix Mekamaru's body for the information. So Mahito uses idol transfiguration to fix Mekamaru, turning him into, well, quite the handsome man, and doing what I do every time I play as a female character in a video game. So Mekamaru attacks Mahito instead of just joining their side. He was actually playing them the entire time. And what we see here is a lot of really great action. Mahito deals with Mekamaru's by enlarging his fist and destroying them all before he can land a blow on Mekamaru. He's disappeared. And this is when, out of seemingly nowhere, Mekamaru summons a gigantic mech that looks really sleek. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect JJK to turn to Gundam or Evangelion or anything, but I don't exactly mind it either. I like how JJK plays with the idea of matchups, focusing on what makes each character unique, whether it be what they fight with, their fighting styles, or weaknesses and strengths. This is just a more exaggerated example of that, and really, I adored it. But what I also adored is Mekamaru being in love with Miwa. I felt this was a great moment for his character, giving him reason to do what he's doing. He wants to be with Miwa and see her, not behind a mech, but flesh to flesh, eye to eye. Why did I say that first part? That's a wonderful moment for his character either way. Then, Mappa blows us all away again, maybe quite literally this time, as the scene turns to red as Mekamaru begins to use his mech against Mahito in a scene, once again, that is clearly referencing Evangelion here. The reds used in this scene is just, to me, obviously taken from the end of Evangelion and the rebuilds. While that's a very divisive series, you may think whatever you think about it, One thing you really cannot deny is that the art and animation is so synonymous with Evangelion that when you see something like this, you can't help but notice that they pulled it from that immediately, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a really good thing. Besides that, this episode was absolutely phenomenal, and I really don't think you guys are ready for the Shibuya incident arc. Hell, I read the damn arc and I don't even think I'm ready for it. So let me know in the comments below, what did you think about this episode of Jujutsu Kaisen? Was it good or bad? And if you're ready for the Shibuya incident arc. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more JJK content with a new video out this Monday, a JJK facts video, and as well, help financially support the channel and gain access to my One Piece arc reviews by becoming a patron. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.